Hello everyone, welcome back! This is Prince of Persia 2008. My name is Igbarash. I am joined here by the Steve Zor.
Yeah, y'all know who I am.
And also a newcomer.
Oh, fail number one.
Yeah, fail number one. A newcomer joining us, Kinsey, is here.
You all don't know who I am.
You don't know who I am.
Let's keep it that way.
So this is Prince of Persia 2008. Have you played any Prince of Persia, Kinsey, ever?
No, but I have watched a little bit of it because it's pretty.
Like, have you seen this one in particular, or did you watch others?
I haven't.
Okay. So yeah, it's just called Prince of Persia straight up. There's no like subtitle or anything. But people just call it Prince of Persia 2008 because that's when it came out. Just like Sonic.
Do you think that this was their first album?
This is like it's their first album.
No, it wasn't though. They had Sands
Right.
of Time and the two drones before this, I believe.
There were three. Yeah, there was a Warrior Within also, which was an
that's
awful
true.
game. That one, I mean, there was no jumping in it hardly. It was like all combat. It was a God of War ripoff, which was really disappointing. Yeah. They went down.
Because isn't it kind of a platformer?
It is, totally. I mean, Prince of Persia
It's
is totally
supposed to
about
be,
the
yeah.
jumps. Yeah.
Prince of Persia was a platformer from day one.
So yeah, that's a pretty poor platformer when you don't have jumping.
I think so.
Like, wasn't kind of Pitfall the first platformer, really?
Oh, yeah.
And that was pretty much just jumping?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Just jumping.
They did have a remake of Pitfall, like on the Genesis that I played. Did you ever play that one? Or they've had several.
No, just the original.
Did you have an Atari?
No, but at my school, the computers that they had
Oh, like the Apple IIs
had Pitfall on them.
Yeah, with the
Yep.
5 1/4 inch floppies. Yeah.
And you could play in green or orange depending on which computer you played on.
Nice.
Those monochrome monitors were so sexy. If they had a sex hole, you wouldn't leave the house.
Well, I did play Leisure Suit Larry on one of them.
Oh, well, that's a nice bridge between sex holes and.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
My uncle, like my mom's brother, he's like 10 years younger than her, but he like I snuck into his room once and used his Apple II when he was like away when I was at our grandparents' house, and I found like a bunch of Leisure Suit Larrys like in like a drawer that he had hidden under a book. That his parents probably didn't know he had those. Those were pretty risque games back in the day.
Yeah, it's kind of funny to watch them now, though, because I think
they're just
the things
nothing.
that youth is exposed to now, yeah, it's like, oh, there was like some anime boobs.
Not even, they were like 8-bit boobs where you couldn't even tell they were boobs.
Oh, they
like,
were totally
That's true.
they were squares with smaller squares that were slightly darker on them.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing, is they weren't even concentric circles, because they didn't have circles.
Exactly. I mean, it's, everybody knows the Lara Croft polygonal, like, triangle boobs. It's the same kind of thing, except it was
These were
squares.
worse. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and the greatest thing I remember about was like Leisure Suit Larry 3 or something he had in his floppy. So I put it in the Apple II. I boot the thing up, and it says like, "Are you 18?" And then you press Y. And it goes like, "Are you sure?" You press Y again. And then it asks you a history question like, "Who shot Lincoln?" Or "What was the Missouri Compromise about?" To verify your age. Like, it gives you trivia.
Which U.S. president was not elected to office?
Which I always thought was a weird, but I guess if you didn't have internet back in the Apple II days, you couldn't just look up trivia. So maybe that was a valid, age tester. I don't know. But what if you were over 18 and you just sucked at trivia? You couldn't play the game.
That's funny though, because I mean
Yeah.
that's before there was like a rating system for games, but they
Yeah.
actually went out of their way to try and make
Yeah,
sure that
'cause-
18 and under couldn't play it.
Right.
That's legit. I like
Yeah,
that.
because Leisure Suit Larry was, one of those early. I would imagine there would be a lot of controversy around it back then, even. I mean, I wasn't aware of
Oh
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was a groundbreaker.
Yeah,
Oh,
It's
here's
like the Dungeons and Dragons of video games.
yeah. That's a good point.
So I'm confused here. So like, are we just lucky that there happened to be 4 pillars, and apparently that's the exact
Yeah.
number that's needed to defeat
Kill
that
the
particular
guy.
god?
Oh, totally, yeah.
Oh well, yeah, he's not even really dead. We just weakened him.
Mhm. But it was lucky that there were 4 pillars. Totally.
Yeah, for sure. And it's really lucky that they like to place these rings that are seemingly not ornaments all around the building.
It's for the structural
Oh, yeah, that's a
integrity.
good point.
Yeah, no, that's the. I mean, that's probably the hardest thing to rectify when it comes to any platformer is, you know, elements in the environment that you're trying to use, making them actually seem natural is probably the hardest thing.
Well,
Yeah.
well, Mario doesn't even try. There's just sewer pipes everywhere. Whatever the
That's
mushroom,
true.
Well, it's 'cause
Mushroom
they're
Kingdom
plumbers
has a
and-
massive sewage problem.
Okay, they're plumbers and he's on a mushroom trip. I don't know what you don't get.
Hey, all right, point, valid point. So
Yeah, it's interesting though. I can see the beginnings of kind of Assassin's Creed in this.
yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, for sure. The parkour is kind of. I mean, this was the first game to really stress like this kind of movement around. I would say. I mean, not this wasn't the first franchise. They started
Right.
to take these kind of you know wall running, jumping, black flips, scrambling kind of stuff, and just turning it into real fluid, like awesome gameplay.
Yeah, we were talking about that last time out. It's a lot more fluid than the other Prince of Persia's, which makes it just cooler looking.
Good.
And all the
Yeah.
the tandem stuff with the girl too.
Oh, this section right here is I mean, that's a
Pretty
little
good.
boner. It's
Yeah.
like a semi right there.
It's a little chubby there. Oh yeah, the corner, around the corner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of a game I wanted to play, but never got around to. EA made Mirror's Edge.
Yeah, I have
Oh yeah,
played that
Mirror's
game.
Edge was great.
I should make videos of that because that game is fantastic. It's really difficult though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I sort of heard like EA did a bunch of really good stuff for like 1 year, and like all of their like corporate numbers were really terrible, and so then they just started like remaking Madden again.
Yeah.
But like they did a lot of like things that people were asking for, and it just didn't make money, which is sort of sad because
know.
things like Mirror's Edge are great.
Although I shouldn't talk because I only rented Mirror's Edge, I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
And that was when the Blockbuster was still open, and has since closed. Yeah.
Well, let's go down to the Blockbuster, get ourselves a rental.
Do you guys ever remember going in a Blockbuster when they had the whole Pokemon contraption set up where you could like print pictures of the Pokemon you had, and there's Pokemon battling stations? No, that never. No. Okay. Never mind. I never did that.
I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
You ever heard this? Dude, guys, I went to the Pokemon Center in New York City, which I don't think it exists anymore, but it was this giant building shaped like a Pokeball, like right near Rockefeller Plaza, and it was awesome.
Enter the center, the new Pokemon Center in New York City. Watch out for the world's largest action Pokeballs.
Although I wasn't into Pokemon at all, I just went there with my little brother. But there were so many Asian kids in there, so many Asian kids.
So if you just I'm guessing if you just go to the left-hand side of the arch, you can just
Yeah,
slide all the way down to the
probably.
ground.
Yeah, but I screw it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like how
And she takes
we
you
were
so
talking
far
about-
back through all this shit.
Oh,
again.
yeah.
It's just, yeah, I hit this and I was like, what? Yeah.
Now, how
At least you
difficult
get
is
to
this? Because
watch
it looks
this.
like it's pretty tricky.
Yeah, it gets tough. I mean, yeah, we are in part 8, so it was a lot easier in the beginning, but we're getting to some hard sections. That's what she said.
Beautiful.
It's a good throw that she did for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this parkour is like, this is serious business right here. There's a creep on the wall, and I think if you touch the creep, you're like done.
Yeah, that's what happens this time, I think.
Oh, is that? Do I touch the creep? That's probably where I discovered it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's got your back, but
Yeah.
she can only take you way back to the
To, like,
top of this floating
yeah.
tower
Yeah.
thing.
Of course. Of course. You would think it would be easier for her to take you less distance. But
Yeah,
no.
just like, float me down to the bottom, perhaps. She can fly, after all, it looks like.
So what's the deal with this creep? Is this there to sort of destroy you and make you
Yeah.
evil?
It's the rising darkness. It's the harbinger of Ahriman and his dark fiends.
And Mr. Spock. Oh, wait, that's
Oh, man.
Darkness Within, or whatever.
And here we sit and contemplate our fate.